NXT television the next couple weeks, people, is just so hyped. But anyway, what's up, everybody? Your boy DJ Kaz, exclusively to PWFEmpire.com, gives you the NXT rundown. Of course, tonight was the official in-ring debut of one Adam Cole, baby. I know I can't say it like him, but bear with me. And we had a bit of in-ring action with Cassius on. I'll get to see him back on NXT television. And maybe we got a bit more clarity for what we might see for NXT TakeOver Houston. I don't know. But of course, your fellow NXT correspondent is here to give you the NXT rundown. Of course, we kicked off NXT tonight with the NXT General Manager, William Regal, of course, addressing the state of the NXT Women's Championship. Of course, right now it's up in advance because Asuka is heading to Monday Night Raw and she'll be debuting at TLC next month. But of course, this is NXT, and he was talking on how the championship will be decided. He very much just said that it was pretty much stuff that we already knew, but it was kind of like, okay, now we're starting to get to the flow of like what we're going to do. He says that we're going to have in 2 weeks a series of championship matches for NXT where this will determine the next 3 challenges for the Fatal 4-Way to determine the new NXT Women's Champion. And of course, that woman who is already in the match is Kairi Sane, the winner of the Mae Young Classic. So it is good to really start off the show with this. And I actually like the 2 weeks time type of thing, where it's like, okay, we gotta wait 2 weeks for this. Like, I'm glad he doesn't like do the typical, like, okay, this is what we're gonna do next week. It gives it time to build itself and really like give it more of a purpose to tune in for that week. But the in-ring aspect of NXT actually kicked off with Sanity coming from out of nowhere, and of course we all know EY and Alexander Wolf won the NXT Tag Team Championships from the Authors of Pain, who still have not been on TV since. And it's been over a month. They need to explain that. But yeah, Sanity just like is just running the chaos like Eric Young says they are. He says that the one thing guaranteed in life is change. And he said tonight, Adam Cole, I'm going to take you to the edge, which already establishes our main event for the evening, which I'm definitely going to get into later. As far as like Sanity coming out, I'm glad they finally came out with the belts because I think we've seen Sanity, but we haven't like seen them. Like, remember, they're the champions, so it's like it's kind of weird not seeing the belts, but they did, and they pretty much just did what they needed to do. So I was fine with this overall. Up next on NXT, our first match of the night was one Lars Sullivan going one-on-one with Oni Lorcan. You guys have known my stuff with my thoughts on Lars Sullivan. I think he's a Snitsky 2.0. But let me be honest with you, after what I saw in this match, that he is much better than Snitsky ever was. But yeah, I will say he definitely has a monstrous presence. He probably has the most menacing music I've ever heard in my life. But this match against Oni Lorcan, I will say this though, for about a good 2 to 4 minute match it was very physical. I think Oni Lorcan is definitely the type of guy you want to put up against a Lars Sullivan because Oni Lorcan just delivers like such like strong palm strikes, and he was going for a tope, but Lars Sullivan caught him. He's the type of guy that can be physical, but also make his opponent like look very good throughout all that. Like I also want to see these guys go for like 10 to 12 minutes and just see what they could do because this is actually the most impressive I've seen out of Lars Sullivan. Like just slaps, uppercuts from Oni, but nothing works. And then, of course, Lars Sullivan delivers a clothesline, a real clothesline from hell to Oni Lorcan to pin him for the win. Like I said, it was a squash match, but they definitely made the most of it. And Lars Sullivan, this is the best I've seen him since they've started to like really push him. So I was definitely okay with this. And then, of course, Lars Sullivan's planning on attacking Oni Lorcan. And then I'm assuming Oni Lorcan's tag team partner, Danny Burch, because, of course, this continues the continuity of what we saw from them a couple weeks ago with them practicing tag team moves. So they are moving into a tag team direction, which I am definitely for. So I'm glad they didn't forget that aspect because that was wandering through my mind. We did have a backstage interview featuring Ruby Riott where we found out that Billie Kay, Peyton Royce, the iconic duo, of course, requesting a rematch against Ruby Riott and Nikki Cross. Ruby is saying that she has nothing to do with Nikki Cross, but if she shows up back up again, she just stay out of her way. I think it's cool to have this like little dynamic, like two people that hate each other, but I think Nikki Cross has played her character very well to the point to where it doesn't matter where she goes, it's always going to be amazing. So if they do a rematch, I'd be fine to see it. Up next in action was one of the up and coming tag teams of the NXT Tag Team Division, Heavy Machinery taking on two NXT Enhancement talents. This was again your typical NXT Enhancement match, like really to help get Heavy Machinery over. So not really much to talk about here. I will say this though, Heavy Machinery, they're still recovering from the NXT Tag Team title loss to AOP, even though that was all the way back in July. I just really want to like really see them get their feet wet because as we've seen, the Street Profits, undisputed, the champion Sanity, TM61, of course Danny Burch and Oni Lorcan. The tag team division is really heating up down there, so I would like to see a Street Profits Heavy Machinery team, even though I know that would probably be detrimental to both of those teams gain momentum, but it's like I would like to see a number one contenders match with all the teams in NXT just to see what all of them can do at the same time. Of course, we're outside of the WWE PC, the performance. Of course, NXT General Manager William Regal. Again, I just find it so hilarious of how they're using like phones and like specialty microphones for like a press conference though. But of course, one Johnny Wrestling, Johnny Gargano shows up and he requests a rematch with Andrade Cien Almas, which I'm completely for if they put on the performance that we saw in NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 3. So we definitely have that to look forward to. And the NXT GM with a bit of a teaser for what we could see in the future. Don't know what that is, but I'm really looking forward to it. Of course, back at the WWPC, the Performance Center, Roderick Strong, of course, is training for his NXT Championship match next week against one Drew McIntyre, which I'm really am looking forward to. I will say, though, his insert promo was a bit long for my liking and a little bit cheesy, but with him, he knows how to really make it work because honestly, the few lines that he said was like, he's not going to say it's personal, but any business is personal. Like, that was a bit confusing, but I was fine with it. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that championship match next week. NXT Women's Division action for the night. Of course, it was one of Liv Morgan taking on Vanessa Bourne. Oh my goodness, this match was so quiet. I will say though, I do like the aspect of having the female ref there. Like it really shows them that they really are part of the NXT. The NXT. Though of course we all know they're part of the NXT brand, but it's like that one little nuance that I guess they could use. So I've completely found that. This match I honestly really couldn't get into. But you can also tell this is one of the reasons why Liv Morgan just hasn't really gotten that better. I will say, though, it is good to see her get a win because not just when she wins in a tag team match. So you got to build the women up that you got. So this is one way to do it. Of course, they have do a recap of the Aleister Black speak from last week when the Velveteen Dream interrupted him. Now going back and listening to that, looking at that recap, like I said, I thought Velveteen Dream got a good promo, but it was very corny. But yeah, it was very much just recapping of what the feud's probably going to be about. I will say this, though. Aleister Black, it's like his voice isn't bad, but it was just kind of like this guy was getting over with him just being a mysterious figure, Undertaker, as I always like to say. But yeah, every time he talks now, I get that it's a situation where he's going to have to learn how to talk, but it's like there's no really he doesn't like his type of character should not really need to say much. Like he should like really let his actions speak for his words. But I thought his like little explanation for what he thought the Velveteen Dream was fine. Up next on NXT we have Fabian Eichner going one on one with the returning Cassius Ohno to in ring action. This match really surprised me because I also thought this was going to be another typical squash, but honestly, I gotta stop doubting it because this match really made me be more impressed with Fabian Eichner. And I like the video package that they did when they showcased him because I remember seeing this. I think this was one of the first round matches in the Cruiserweight Classic last year when he took on Jack Gallagher. So I'm glad that they remind the audience of who this guy was. But he did a hell of a lot more in this match that impressed me than he ever did in that cruiserweight tournament match last year. Cassius Ohno definitely did him a lot of favors. I'm always never really a big fan of like big guys doing high flying moves unless you can pull them off cleanly. Fabian Eichner definitely did his damn job in this match, and I really enjoyed this. Like this dude did a crossbody off the top rope, springboarding himself off the top rope onto Cassius Ohno, and he caught Ohno like when I think Cassius was like trying to clothesline him, but he caught him in midair. That moonsault that he did was beautiful, but of course Cassius Ohno, he got the win. Can't wait to see what Cassius Ohno is going to be doing as far as the NXT number one contendership. Of course, we have a bit more comments from the NXT champion Drew McIntyre, who I will say though, McIntyre, since he's been the NXT champion for about a month now, he just hasn't been featured all that well. But I guess it's still trying to get that feeling out process. But yeah, he pretty much was just saying if Roddy's looking out for number one, then that's completely fine with him. But no one's going to be taking his NXT championship. Cannot wait for that match. Really looking forward to it. Main event time here on NXT. 1/3 of Undisputed Adam Cole, baby. Again, I know I'm not going to say it right, but yeah. Went 1-on-1 with the leader of Sanity, one half of the, well, I should say the triple holder of the NXT Tag Team Championships that are going by Freebird rules, but yeah. Adam Cole actually cut his, he actually cut the group's very first Raw. I don't know why, but I'm just not feeling that name, Undisputed. Like that definitely sounds more like a thing. Like that's like that is just strictly a noun. But anyway, yeah. But honestly, Adam Cole should really be like he should of course be like the spokesperson for the group because Adam Cole knows how to talk and he can heal it up very quickly. So yeah, I thought he cut. Again, it was a pretty generic like we're here and this is our change in NXT. It was a little bit too much of the reminiscence of the Bobby Roode thing. But yeah, you can definitely feel changes in the air. Like, this is not the same NXT of like 8 months ago. That's one thing NXT does well is that they do know how to change the atmosphere of like who goes to the main roster and who steps up. But yeah, we finally got to the match. I will say this though. When I looked at the time constraints, like, cause there was a lot of stuff on NXT, and I only looked like these guys only got like what 8 minutes of action. But honestly, this match wasn't like anything to like write home about, but it was definitely a good main event TV match. I guess since I was expecting, like, since it's Adam Cole and Eric Young, who Eric Young's obviously the veteran here, it is gonna be interesting to see like how Adam Cole is gonna get used to like the WWE S style. It's definitely different than anything he worked with in IWGP and well New Japan and ROH. So yeah, but honestly, the match was like they said fine for what it was. Bobby Fish, Kyle O'Reilly, and Sandy were at ringside. A little bit too much like stuff going on for my liking for something that's supposed to be Adam Cole's debut in NXT in an NXT ring. ROH is officially starting to take over. Like ROH is probably kicking themselves in the ass right now. But yeah, Adam Cole with the win. EY is not going to be hurt by this one bit. EY, he's supposed to play his role, so main event was fun for what it was. Overall thoughts on NXT tonight, people. Very, very fun episode, I thought. Like, and they definitely got a lot accomplished. It was just like weeks and weeks of stuff of what they've been doing. It's like they just wrapped it all into like just one episode, which is what they do so well. Definitely watch the Lars Sullivan Oni Lorcan match. It's a nice little match right there. Go back and check out the Cassius Ohno match and Adian. Man, I've already forgot the dude's name, so I'm gonna have to go back and watch it. But yeah, go back and just watch that. Fabian Arch, there you go. Yeah, go back and watch that match. He was impressive. But yeah, definitely some good stuff on NXT tonight, people. Alright, I'm tired and it's time for me to go. But I'll be right back here next week as always, exclusively at pwfempire.com for the NXT rundown. I'm DJ Kaz and I will see you later. Later days.